G'day guys, Letmeister here. Just wanted to introduce the Red Canoe. You'll be seeing it in a few episodes, the Adventures of the Red Canoe, coming up on running Stream MX YouTube channel here. It's a canoe that I bought second hand on eBay here in Australia. It's from about 200 kilometres south of where I am in Sydney here, in a place called Goulburn. And I picked it up, and when I did, it was lying there out in the backyard with a bit of water in the bottom, the sunshine beating down on it, and just living out in the open there. So we brought it home. The gunnels were pretty shot, so I sanded all of the gunnels right back, removed some of the gunnel material where there was a little bit of rot in there, and put a yoke in, and just put a bit of shine back into the fiberglass that's there. It's a 14-foot fiberglass tandem canoe. Weighs about 35 kilograms. So I've taken some photos and some video to show the restoration process that I went through for it, and we'll have a look at those now, and then we'll have a look at the pulley system that I've got for getting it up onto the roof. So here we are, we got the canoe home in one piece, and it's day one of restoration. Had some timber up the end here which had decayed, so we've just chopped that out. I'm not too sure what sort of decking board we're going to put on here as yet. So we'll be able to come to that when we do. Up this end it's not too bad, so I've left it on for the moment. It's just got paint stripper all over it at the moment, which you can see there's starting to blister up. We'll be able to scrape that off in a moment before we give it a sand. That'll give us a good idea as to what we need to do in there. No holes, no leaks that are visible, and no prior patchwork either, which is good. I'll put a yoke in the middle there. These couple of thoughts are still in pretty good nick. I'll plane this one down a little bit so that it's a little bit more comfortable for sitting on when you're rolling solo. Alright, well, we've been doing a little bit of sanding, and we stripped all of the lacquer, and we've had a quick initial sand, and these gunnels look like they might be okay. I did hit it again with another sand. I'm wondering. Day 2 of the canoe makeover. Not sure what we're doing with the deck plates, large or small. Still just one coat on the gunnels after it's sanding, and when we'll put the deck plate on, we'll attach the single piece that I've made to put in here. Today it's been making of this yoke. Downloaded the plans, cut it out on the bandsaw. It's actually just made out of a spare bit of timber that I had that used to be part of a bed head. And this dark that you can see here is actually original finish that was on that. So I've let that on there. I think it makes it look nice. So yeah, and we'll give it another coat all the way around the gunnels. We'll put the decks on today, and another coat of the varnish on the gunnels. That'll be coat number 2. And we might try this afternoon and rig up something for keeping this up on the roof. Don't know, looking at the size of it, whether I'm going to have enough room for it. I've got a bit of room at the end there, so it might actually need to go on a bit of an angle from here. That's the garage door. Over here, across to the Southern Cross there that you can see on the flag. I need to, because if it's straight, I will be storing it upside down so it'll come straight off the car. Back it in here, it fits under there. Lift this end, pick the other end up, swing it round, hoist it up, and it'll sit crossways on the diagonal. This is the template that the yoke came from. It's printed out in 4 different spots. Trace it up onto the bandsaw. There you go. Carved out the neck bit here as well, so it's a little bit more comfy. Righto, it's the end of day 2. And as planned, all of the woodwork's got a second coat. There's the yoke that we made, that's been installed. Came up quite nicely. I ended up going with a bit of a halfway between the large and the small deck plate. There's the rope handles that we put on yesterday. If anyone knows what make this canoe is, leave a comment please. Of course I've got no idea, bought it second hand not knowing. It's fiberglass, looks like a very wide strand fiberglass. Just the yoke's new. It's wooden gunnels, wooden seats. The seats are got a plastic mould ledge there. That's what keeps them in. That's about all I know about it. .14 foot and about 80 odd wide. Garage looks like a bomb hit. Got a few jobs going on at the moment, but that's what she looks like at the moment. But I'm not sure I'll be doing too much else to it. I've got another couple of coats of the marine lacquer to do. Sanded these gunnels right back, and another few coats of that. And then I'm just going to see how that yoke works. It's a heavier canoe than I wanted really. It's about 35 kilograms, so it'll be interesting to see how it is to handle. Obviously I'm not looking to do any large portages, mostly just getting it onto the car and from the car to the water, which is normally to park right next to the water type launch that I'll be looking at. The end up the stern that had the bad damage. This is the extra piece that I've cut in there. Now I didn't continue the 2 gunnels along. I just made it out of one bit of timber and cut the V in it and sat that on there. and came up quite nicely with the plied deck above it. So there's the canoe progress, day 2. Got home yesterday afternoon at about 2. Went through till 10:30 last night, and again from about 10 this morning. Alright, well here we are. We're pretty much done with the canoe restoration. Straight on the back of the car. Okay, well that was the restoration process, and I'm pretty happy with the way it came up. We'll now have a look at the pulley system. It's a little bit crude, the system that I came up with, but it's doing the job. When the car comes in, it actually only sits probably, well, it only just clears this bow end here. So I only need to hoist it, 8 inches, 6 to 8 inches, which makes it real easy. But the system is effectively, I'll take you from the tied off end. We've got tied off end that comes down, hooked onto the canoe with a pulley, back over the top to a pulley up the roof, along to that pulley, and another pulley connected to the canoe, and then back up, and there should be a third pulley up there, but I ran out of pulleys, and then just down to a tie off here. The straps that go around the canoes, just straps, they're of a fixed length, and I've got a little bit of paracord tying those two together, purely just so that they don't slip out of the way. But it works pretty good. I think that the pulleys were $2 each from the hardware shop, and most probably the hooks and the rings were $2 each as well. So for $25 odd, with a bit of rope, I was able to come up with the system that looks like it'll work for me. It doesn't need to be anything too elaborate. As I say, it's only lifting at 6 or 8 inches. So there it is, all hung up. I'll give you a few close-ups of it now. It's going to be upside down, but what I really need help with is for somebody to, if they know, to tell me what brand canoe it is. I've got no information on the canoe, apart from the fact that it is 14 feet. Alright, so that's how it's hung up in the garage. What I do need a hand with is somebody to help me out, if they can, with identifying what make canoe it is. I've got no idea of the make or the origin of this canoe, and I'll grab you some measurements now. It's 14 foot long. It's 85 centimetres. I really should get a ruler with some inches in it, so I'm not doing the whole feet 2 centimetres thing. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, we're back. We've got the measure up. So we are 14 feet end to end. Width here is 2 feet, 2.85 feet. Is that right? How does that work? Can you say 2.85 feet? What about 2'9" inches? There we go, 2'10". So we're 2 feet 9 inches wide. So there's a bit of a look through the canoe. If anyone can tell me what make or model it is, that'd be fantastic. And yeah, I'll look forward to bringing you some adventures of the Red Canoe shortly. I think it's going to be fantastic to get out there and go canoeing and hammocking and all of that sort of stuff. So I'm really excited about sharing that with you guys and getting out there amongst it.